So we generated over $1 million with one of our stores in e-commerce within 18 days using hybrid dropshipping. This is a term I came up with, so you probably haven't heard of this before, but essentially it's way more powerful than your typical dropshipping methods, right? And I'm gonna be explaining that to you and hopefully allow you to start thinking about transitioning into this particular method. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jandy Cerezo. I've been running e-commerce since 2018 and I've generated over $20 million in sales. So here you can see on the screen, this is our Shopify store here, and month to date, okay, 1/18. Let me just refresh this. So you can see we generated over $426,000 on our Shopify, and on Amazon you can see here, this is also month to date, we generated over $660,000. So that's way above $1 million within 18 to 19 days. So let's start this off with, what is hybrid dropshipping? Well, let's first discuss what dropshipping is. So essentially, it's pretty much just a fulfillment method where you put your product or service on a particular platform like on eBay, Walmart, or even Amazon or Shopify, and then someone's gonna buy from you, and then you're gonna be contacting a supplier or a manufacturer to ship the product from you. Essentially, you don't have to touch any inventory or your product. You can just simply advertise, get the sales, and then ask your supplier to ship it for you. Now, where dropshipping gets its bad rep is from people who do crappy business. So what I mean by that is, typically people will try to get the cost as low as possible from AliExpress, and what that means is that your shipping time will be around 30 days or even longer, and also the quality of the product is not as good. And that's why people are saying, oh, dropshipping is dead, but really it's not gonna die ever. It's just a business model and a particular fulfillment method. A lot of the big guys are actually doing this, such as Walmart, and you probably don't know. Now let's move on to what is hybrid dropshipping. So again, this is a term I came up with. Essentially, once you have a particular winning product, you are going to be branding that product. And that means you'll be able to put your custom logo in it, create a custom packaging, and also you're gonna be buying in bulk. And what you wanna do is ship that into the local country that you're selling the product to, and then you're gonna start selling that way. Your customer is going to have a better customer experience, and also they're gonna receive their product a lot faster, and opening the product that they receive from you, it's gonna be overall better experience because you have your own brand to it. Now, where hybrid dropshipping comes from is that you're still able to sell different dropshipping products on your store for testing and also upselling. So this is where it becomes really powerful, because now you will be able to test other products as well using dropshipping method, and when that sells well, you can now turn it into a brand as well. You just keep doing this process as well. Now let's move to the actual benefits of hybrid dropshipping, and I want to convince you, if you're running a typical dropshipping store, I want you to transition to this, because it's just gonna make your life a lot easier. It's gonna allow you to have a proper business. Let's quickly touch on the cons of dropshipping. Long shipping time, bad quality products, no long-term vision, and your product will die out quick. And typically you will see products be scaled from 0 to 90 days or 3 months, and then they're gonna have to move on to another product, look for another product, test another product, and it's a never-ending process. So we don't want to stick to that. Now, the first benefit of using the hybrid dropshipping method is that you are going to be omnichannel. So what that means is you get to put your brand on different platforms or marketplaces like Amazon, TikTok Shop, eBay, Walmart, and that's a huge benefit. The power of being in different marketplaces and being omnichannel, I'll give you guys an example. If you are doing heavy spend on Facebook, such as myself, most sales will leak over to different marketplaces because they trust that more. So what that means is if you're spending thousands of dollars on Facebook, and people saw that ad and they want to buy that particular product, they're going to go on Google, Amazon, or different marketplaces to look for that product and purchase from there. However, if they see your brand there, they are going to buy from you, and you're going to be capturing all of the sales that you get from your advertising efforts. Now, this worked really well for us. We started off with Shopify only in the last 5 years. And then the first 2 years actually was just pure Shopify. We opened our Amazon 3 years ago, and we started getting more sales there every year. Now, Amazon is like 60% of our sales and 40% on Shopify, and we're still doing heavy spends on Facebook. Now, the second benefit that I want to touch on is being the market leader and having a brand positioning in the market. What that means is once you become the market leader, there's no such thing as market saturation. Now, you probably heard from other dropshippers that once the product dies out, it's because it's too saturated, or you don't want to test that particular product because other people are testing that already. But with this method, there's no such thing. I'll give you guys an example. So this hero product that we have right now, we've been selling that for 5 years. And that's generated over $15 million with just that particular brand, right? And believe it or not, we only target 65 years old and up in the USA. We've hit impressions of over 100 million people in the USA. What that means is that we pretty much hit every 65 years old and over who are active on Facebook and have saw our ads. Now, we're still getting sales and we're still killing it. That's because there's no such thing as market saturation. Every single day there is always going to be people turning 65 years old, which means you're going to have new pocket of audiences to target, and you can also target those people that haven't bought from you in the last 5 years. And once you have established your position as the market leader, you're gonna capture more sales. Now, another benefit which I touched on earlier is you're gonna be able to test and upsell dropshipping products. Just because you're custom packaging your hero product and you're buying in bulk doesn't mean you can't dropship anymore. You still can, and this is the power of hybrid dropshipping. You're still able to test different products on that particular store, and also you can still dropship with upselling different types of products. This is so powerful because now it creates a flywheel effect. Once you start testing dropshipping products, you're going to be custom packaging that product as well. You're going to put it on Amazon or different marketplaces, and again, that creates that flywheel effect. This is how you create a proper brand. And now, last but not least, is that you are going to have a sellable brand. And what that means is that typically dropshipping stores doesn't even make it to exiting, because most of the time they only last 3 to 6 months. But essentially, once you start to decide to sell your store, you're gonna need at least 2 years worth of financial statements in order for you to have a value on your store. And 95% of the dropshippers don't even think this way. And another thing that dropshippers are missing is that most of their payouts or profit will come from the exit of your particular store. And what that means is that if you're just running a dropshipping store, you're gonna have a multiple. So a multiple is pretty much the value of your store. If you're dropshipping, the multiples are typically between 0.5x to 1x of your profit in the last 12 months. And that means if you earned over $500,000 in profit with just dropshipping alone, they are going to value your store for $250K or up to $500K. Now, with hybrid dropshipping, since you have this brand created and you're on different marketplaces, your multiple is going to be a lot higher. And typically you see at least 1.5x up to 4x of your profit in the last 12 months. So let's say if you profited $500,000, you are going to see your store valued at $750K up to $2 million. And this is where you make that life-changing money. And most dropshippers don't know this, and this is why they fail. Now, I hope I convinced you guys from doing typical dropshipping into hybrid dropshipping, and hopefully you guys learned a thing or two from this video. And if you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't done so, subscribe. And if you got any questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll see you guys soon.